Everybody. Today we are going to start learning about C language. So today's topics will consist of variables, format specifiers, arithmetic operators, and I will teach you how to take user inputs and tell you a little bit about math functions. So let's start with variables. Variables are containers that store data values in memory. In C, you must declare a variable's type before using it, such as int age equals to 25, float price equals to 19.99, character grade equals to A. Let me tell you what is the basic syntax of writing C programs. So here we will go to your first C program which you must write today, which is #include standard input output.h. This specifies that we are importing a file called as standard input output.h, and which help us to do standard input and output operations. Now we will declare a main function which returns an int here. Tells us that this function will return a int variable, so int data type, so we at the end return 0. We can also write something as void main2 and create a function and return nothing, and if here we return nothing it will work, but if having a int main and we don't write return 0 it will not work. So int main return 0, this is the basic syntax, and then here you will write printf, the printf and hello world, and never forget to write end your programs with semicolons. So this is the basic syntax to write C programs. So now let me tell you how many types of variables in C. Total data types in C. The basic data types consist of int, char. Int is used to storing whole numbers such as 1, 2, 3. Char is used for storing characters like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and float is used for storing single precision floating numbers such as decimals 4.41. Double is used for storing long float numbers such as 4.41111333. So the basic difference between float and double is that double allows us to have a lot of decimal numbers after the point, and float only allows us less than double. Okay, and the derived data types are arrays, pointers, structures, which we will study later on, and that's it. These things you have to read first. So let me tell you how to declare variables. So if you want to store a variable, so we will do int number equals to 5. So this is how we declare variables. And if I had to declare a decimal number, I will do float decimal equals to 5.5. and if I wanna declare a really long double, we will do double decimal equals to 5.55, and we can carry on. Okay, so if I want to print these number variables, I am telling you how to basically print variables in C. I will just tell what is the data type by giving a percentage. For integer we do D, and we have to have semicolons at the end, and we will do a comma, and we will tell the name of variable number, and same way we will printf the floats percentage f semicolons at the end, name of the variable and decimal. And for long decimal we will do printf percentage long float semicolons at the end, and yes, comma, long decimal variable name, and just run this program. Yes, you can see 55 5.500. One thing I forgot to do is have a new line character at the end of every print. So always remember to do that. Yes, 5.55. So what are format specifiers? Format specifiers are nothing, just telling the C language and printf function what is the type of the data we are going to print. Just percentage %d here used for numbers, percentage float here used for n decimal variable, and percentage long float used for double data type with this variable long decimal. So these are format specifiers. And one thing we can also do here is I will just do shift alt down and I can tell how many digits I wanna display. I can just do 0.2 LF, and when I print this you'll see I rounded off this to 5.56. So these are also the types of thing you can do with C language. Arithmetic operators in C. So these are the basic arithmetic operators like plus, minus, multiply, divide, and modulus. So we can do these mathematical operations in C by just this. Printf, I will declare percentage LF, and I will do comma here. Basically I'll just do n decimal plus long decimal, and if I just run this code you will see here down 5.5 it added and gave us the result. I will open this code in new window, and now I can do plus, minus, multiply and divide, multiply and divide, here you can see the end result. User input in C. We use a scanf function in C to read user input, just like scanf percentage %d, and age. So I will first declare a variable int first input, and I will then ask the user enter your first input. And now I will scan that input by using the scanf function, and I will first tell what type of input variable I want from the user. So I will declare this by doing percentage %d, and I will give the name of the variable I want, and we will have and sign before that variable, and I will use and first input. So this is how we ask for inputs in C. We can also ask for character inputs and string inputs in C. So let me just tell you. So here you can see I just declared a variable called firstchar and asked for the give firstchar and scanned up. And when I will just go and try to print this, you will see something called as input buffer. It will ask me for the input of number, and the moment I put the 7 here, it program ends. So this is what we call input buffer. So whenever you are asking for scanf of characters, there is a shortcut way of dealing with this. Have a space. So now when I will run this program after adding a space before the percentage %C, you will see it will work. So input of 7, give your first char A and A. So this worked. And we can also input strings. So in strings we usually don't use scanf, and there is no data type as strings in C language like other. So we use an array of string characters, a char string, and we declare that like this, and now it will work. So printf first string input, and now we will not use the scanf function. We will use a function called as fgets, and in fgets we first tell which variable we want input for. So we will go first string. No, it's just a string, and we declare what should be the size. So we can also declare 50 here, we can also declare 40 here. This tells us what should be the size of string we want to input. But for it to be very easy, and if we want to change the size of strings, just I want to do 70 here instead of 50, I have to manually change here, like so I use a function called as size of string. So size of function does that, it calculates the total size of that variable which is passed into it. Now at the end we use standard input. This is how the syntax of fgets function works. So now we will just at the end printf, and we will use %s here for our array of characters, and just work it out, string. Now we will run this program. We will just comment out all these things, and now just run this. First string hello, now hello. So this is how we take inputs in C. Now I have two practice programs for you which I want you to practice, and these programs will be the major of the way you will be learning C language, and this will make you do practice. So please learn this and practice these programs on your own, and I will explain you these programs. So first we did hash include standard input.h as usual. We did the normal syntax with int main and return 0, and now here we declared all those C variables which we require. So this shopping cart program is nothing, just a simple, it takes some inputs and returns the total price. So we need 5 variables for this program: item, price, quantity, currency, total. So let me just show this program by running it. What item would you like to buy? I will choose burger. What will be the price of it? Let it be $4. What will be the quantity? I want 40 burgers. So you can see your total is $160. So we need currently 5 variables for this: item, price, quantity, currency, and total. So first I will ask what would you like to buy, and then we will use fget to input the strings, and then we will ask what is the price of item. Then you will use scanf to get the price, and same with the quantity, and then we will multiply the price by quantity and give the end result. And you can here see I did 0.2f to only get 2 float decimal points after the number. So I also showed you the program, and I also have another program for you, which is madlibs.c. This is nothing. I will show you first how this program runs. I'm doing name of animal elephant, riding bicycle, running, hello. Today I went to doing zoo in an exhibit, saw an elephant. Elephant was riding bicycle and running. I was hello. So this was a bogus story, but here our motive is not the story, but learning C language, and it will also educate you on a library called as string.h. String.h is used to perform string functions, and here we took 5 adjective variables and we first inputted them through fgets, and here we use a function called as string scspn. So what this function does, it removes the new line character which gets automatically included when we use fget. So how this works, you will understand it when you will code this on your own. So here you can have a story of your own if you want, or otherwise you can just copy paste it. And our main objective is to teach you how to do inputs and outputs in C. And the GitHub repository link will be provided you in the comment sections and descriptions. Thank you.